Okay, so this is Cuisinart compact automatic bread maker up to 2-pound loaves. That's right here. Why I love this one is because it's what it says. Compact. It's actually smaller than any other ones that I have. I have 3 more, not Cuisinart. I'm not going to say the names. They are only 2 pounds as well, but the build somehow is way bigger. So this one just piqued my attention. So let me pull it out of the box real quick and get back to you. Okay, so this is the bread maker we're talking about. Really compact, as you see. I can almost cover it with one hand, but still inside, it is 2-pound loaves capable. So let me this is the pin that you pull this spindle when it's stuck inside the bread. We'll see after. Yeah, this always remains inside the bread most of the time, at least in my experience. And you put this little pin here and you pull it outside the bread without actually having to damage this or the bread or anything. And here we have the container. That's where your ingredients go, and that's what bakes it, and it spins from the bottom. There's the motor down here that spins when you turn it on, and the baker or the baking element that heats up is this one right here. We have a screen, we have a programming button, we have the color button, plus and minus for timing, size, and light, and start and stop. Yes, there's a light right there if you can see it, which most of the other bread makers don't have that. There's a light here so you can see through the glass what's happening with your bread. And besides that, let me put this in really quick. You just lower it and spin. And at this point, it is good to go. Let me put the spindle before I forget it. And obviously, the picker stays outside because otherwise you will not be able to touch it. But I highly suggest you hang it somewhere so you don't lose it. And let me plug it real quick just to go through a few of the options. And it just turned on. I'm not sure why the camera is not showing the numbers. Oh, okay, so I have to tilt it a little bit to show you the numbers, but that's okay. It's a small price to pay to learn about this. $3.25 is just for regular 1.5 pound bread. You can change the size to 2 pounds. As you see, you can go from 1 pound to 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. We're going to do 2 pounds today anyway. The colors here from light to medium done and well done or kind of darker. I like it darker. This is the program that you can go through right here. And these are written on top. That does white bread, French bread, whole wheat, ultra fast, sweet, gluten-free, artisan dough, jam, packaged mix, cake, and bake. We're going to use 2 options because I like to do mine semi-manual. I go first with a dough, then I go with a bake manually. So this is warm, just above room temperature probably. As you see, it might be steaming just a little bit. 1 cup, and then we pull the half cup right here. This is a half cup, and this one here too. Okay, full half cup. Then with the yeast, we add, that is up to you. I really like to put, and I'm almost out of yeast, 4 to 5, because I noticed that it does way better. 3, 4, 5. And in here, I have 2 tablespoons. It looks bigger, but it's not actually. It's just spread around. 2 tablespoons of regular sugar. This sugar is not for sweetness. It will not sweeten your bread. 2 teaspoons, I meant, not table. 2 teaspoons of sugar is here. What this will do is help the yeast actually activate faster and better. At this point, all you have to do is just stir it a little bit, just like this. Sometimes it takes 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes more, sometimes less. You just come back and check. Just open the lid and check. When this starts rising up, you'll see it start to bubble and rise a little bit by itself. That's when you know it is time to add the flour. I like to add flax seeds, and you add the salt. Okay, so we are at that stage now that we add the flour. As you see, it has risen, just like you see right there. And as I said, this is 4 cups worth of flour right here. Now that the flour is all in, we have to add the other ingredients, which are very easy. Some of the salt, add to your preferences. And then we're going to add some of these seeds. I just like to add these flax seeds. They just are so nice. And the olive oil. That's all. We are ready to rock. Okay, and the olive oil should be added to your taste as well. I like a lot of olive oil, just like that. And now we have to click buttons to make sure that we know what we're doing. So in this one, we're gonna go to dough number 8. Let's see if I can make this show up on camera somehow. 4, 5, 6, 7, number 8. That is dough. And we just hit start. And it will start kneading and all that. After it's done kneading and all this good stuff, you will see it rise to the top here. When it just rises just a little bit above the edges of the container, that is the time that we're gonna come back here and change the settings to bake. I'm not sure if you can hear the beep. It's actually beeping that the dough is done, and it beeps quite a few times. But one cool thing, before I even show you anything else, is the light. You hold this button right here, like that, and the light came on inside. Hold it again to turn it off. So you don't need to open it up, and yes, this is condensation. Open, and it rose just how I told you. Just a little bit over the edge, and you are perfect to go. Now we start the stage where we bake this bread. You don't want it to rise more than that, because it'll start spilling on the sides. Now just close it. And on the options, let me turn the lights off because somehow this screen here is not showing on camera if I have the lights on. And I cannot tilt it with the bread inside, so just let me turn the lights off. Okay, so now I think you can see a little bit better. And we are on number 8. And as we said, bake is number 12. 9, 10, 11, 12 is where we bake. But the color is not going to work unless we are in one of the preset, but we're not gonna do preset here. And the time, you can go from 10 minutes to 1 hour and 40. I'm gonna leave it 1 hour 40, which is the max, because I want it to be nicely done. At this point, all we can do, if you want to turn the light again, just so you see it better now without the studio lights, that's really nice. You just hit start. Boom. And it says bake right here. 1 hour and 40 minutes. Your bread will be ready to eat and absolutely beautiful. So we'll wait all this time, and then you'll see a bread on this plate. See ya. So our bread is ready, and it looks absolutely amazing. So there's a few methods you can pull it out, either via towel or with a hook. If you reverse it, this one right here, it can go around this, and you can do this one and pull it like that if you wish so, but that's optional. And then of course you have to flip it on the side and pull the bread out. Boom, that is the bread. It's seriously that easy and beautiful. Let me put this basket back in. Boom, it's ready. It probably needs to be washed, but this time, for example, the hook on the bottom did not come out. So that's good. That is good. But there are times that get stuck in here inside the bread, and you have to insert this little thing and pull it out. But for us, we were lucky, and because mostly due to the amount of olive oil we put in here. So yeah, it makes it so beautiful. So this is our bread. Now tell me this is not a beautiful bread that you will not find in a store. Well, unless you go to a bakery. Well, bakers, then yeah, they know what they're doing. And if you're a baker, I salute you. Actually, I believe you have a very honorable job as a baker. But as per me, I suggest when you pull the bread out of the machine, never ever cut it right away. Let the bread aerate. Don't put it on something completely closed. Let it aerate on a table or something for at least 15 minutes. Because if you cut it right now, it will start getting a little bit mushy. It's just a normal thing with bread. But in 15 minutes, it will still be warm, still be nice, but you're not destroying the bread. So just let it aerate for 15 minutes and you're good to go. And as per me, this was the Cuisinart bread making machine, probably the best in its category. And yeah, let me just flip it on the side so you can actually see it. The Cuisinart, yep, right there. And let me just read the ratings really quick. It's only 550 watts, so literally you will spend next to nothing in electricity making bread with this machine, and the build quality is absolutely stellar. Well, it's Cuisinart. I never had anything Cuisinart that was poorly made or cheaply made. That's just not a Cuisinart thing. Anything they make is actually high of the highest quality. And this one does not disappoint at all. Probably the best bread maker you're gonna find around. And with that said, this is my view on this bread machine. 2 pounds or up to 2 pounds. Of course, you can select 1 pound, 1.5 pound, and 2 pounds. Bread maker and bakery, whatever you want to do with the programming that you can buy in recent times. Absolutely a beauty. And with that said, I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I wish you could smell right now how it smells in this room, but unfortunately we don't have that technology yet to smell. But yeah, you can imagine. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye!